Hey guys, it's Sergey from DeFi Gator, and today we're here to talk about YieldTopia. Before we start, if you don't know too much about us, check out our content on DeFiGator.xyz, where we have a ton of resources and info on other upcoming projects. I'd like to remind everybody before we jump in, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and it's not financial advice. Do your own research, always have fun. Alright, so let's jump into this. YieldTopia is a rebasing protocol that is going to have a diminishing APY with every month that goes by. So this one baffled me a little bit. In what sense? So they definitely did a lot of work. There's no doubt about it. I've seen protocols that would come before, they try to hurry up and put their token out there and, just kind of lie about a bunch of stuff and promise a bunch of stuff, and that's it, and rug. These guys definitely don't seem like they're going to do any of that, but they're missing a KYC. They did the contract audit, but they're missing a KYC, which to me is like, that's a minor, it wouldn't prevent me from putting money into this protocol. But at the same time, I'm like thinking, you guys spent all this time, money, and effort, and it's weird why you wouldn't go to even like a third tier KYC, just something to put and say, hey, yes, we're good. Potentially it might be something that's has to do with them being in the US and maybe, the banking laws and everything that they're trying to do. So let's just dive into this and see what we can find out. So their YouTube was started on November 2020, which again, so they had this vision way back then. Whether it was the same one that came out now, I'm not sure, but they definitely have a lot of work put in. They got 73 tweets. Most of them are in the past 2 months. Okay, I believe so. There's just so many of them. Let's see. So yeah, June 29th. Let's keep going. They pretty much native token yield. So June 4th actually. Okay, so a month ago. That's their first one. And sorry. So they've been around for about just over a month in terms of tweeting. So they obviously registered that account on way back in November. So I'd imagine they probably had this already imagined in somebody. Somebody just wanted to make it work. So basically, this website standard looks good. Got some images that kind of look nice. Again, we shouldn't concentrate on those things. This is the basics. You got a rebase token that's called Yield, and you got a stable coin. I read through their white paper and I could not determine how exactly the stable coin is going to get paid out. They say that it's going to be there at pre-sale and they're going to give you 10% of whatever you put in at pre-sale in the USDY stablecoin. So essentially they're pegging that to BUSD. BUSD is pegged to the US dollar. So it's kind of like, in my mind, why do you even need a stablecoin? Why don't you just give the people back some BUSD? But obviously, you can't just do that. You got to collect the money, do something with the money, and then give back the dividends. So these guys did the typical AP, not AP Newswire, but the global Newswire and all that stuff. So they put in some Medium articles, Yahoo Finance, Market Watch. Funny number, 420.69. So when I see stuff like that, that's like a meme number, also known as 42,069. It's deflationary, 10% every month, and 5-year locked liquidity pool. They're launching through PinkSale, and I will give you that link down in the description. So you could see this is pretty much the same thing as all the other rebase protocols. Of course, they are taking the percent APY down every month, so that's going to make a difference. But you're still getting 1.8% in the first month, 1.7% in the second month, or something like that. So all the numbers are going to be in the white paper right here, and you can see sustainability. So here you go. You can just see the first 6 months. You're still at month 6. You're still going to be at 1% essentially. Okay, you start out at 1.67. You're going to be at 1%. That's a lot. That is a lot. to constantly rebase. So they are offering a lot to the early investors. They have a typical anti-whale, anti-dump mechanism, which allows you to trade anywhere between 5 and 20%. They do have their own decks. This is one of the things that's very positive is they actually didn't just promise something, oh, we're going to put out our own decks, which everybody says, but they actually already did it. So uh, now I haven't tested it because there's only liquidity for their own tokens, and uh, that's something that we're going to have to just find out after launch, which they are launching, I believe, between the 14th and the 16th. That's their 2-day launch date on right here, YieldTopia fair launch on PinkSale. So you can see it's in 2 days, 22 hours. So figure about just under 3 days. All right. So one of the positive things that I saw is they are putting 80% of all the stable coin that they receive into the liquidity. That is good. That makes things a lot more favorable, because what a lot of protocols do is they do 50%, and then you think, well, where's the other 50% going? Is it marketing? Is it going to be used in the right manner? Is it going to be invested? We've seen a lot of protocols invest into other risky protocols and then go down. These guys have the launchpad and their own decks. Here's their decks. Right now, you can only do BNB, Yield, BUSD, and BSDY and BUSD. So I'm not sure what this one is, but this is obviously, we all know the BNB and BUSD. So USDY, that's their stable coin. It's a little bit hard to understand how they're going to pay it out, so you might want to ask them in Telegram. But beyond the pre-sale, I'm not sure what percentage is going to get paid out. There's also a rewards program, which is typical of anything that's coming out nowadays. You get 1.5% of all the sales that the person that you refer. So that's a good thing. And there's only one tier down. You don't go like multi-level or anything like that. So here's their DApp. They already have that up and running. Again, it's hard to test it without actually seeing the protocol already have the tokens being traded and stuff. But this is good. I mean, this is good stuff. If they do everything well, they should survive for a couple months. I mean, these rebases have a very hard time, very, very hard time. So even the ones with the anti-whale mechanisms, the anti-dumps, they have gone down in less than a month. So, which was surprising because I expected them to do a lot better. Right now, the tomb forks are doing okay just because they don't print money as soon as basically one of the 3 coins goes under peg. Okay. That's going to be discussed in another, by the way, video that we're coming out with tomorrow. So, deflationary APY, you got 3 tokens. Yield is your native token. They are, again, promising that they're going to have stablecoin rewards from their decks and their launchpad. But here's what you have to consider. How long is it going to take them, and how many other projects are already lined up for their launchpad and for their decks? Because that's going to be a crucial thing. Because if there's no volume, you're not going to get stablecoin coming in to pay out the investors of YieldTopia. Another cool thing that I did notice is they are teasing that they are in talks with a debit card provider that potentially you could have an off-ramp for the crypto, which is something that's very much on the side, like it's just hard to do right now, except you go through the bank. Okay, so if they can get a debit card that can be issued that you can directly buy yield with that, and you could take it off the blockchain, that'd be awesome. So that's something that they tease with. They also have an NFT slash let's see here, tokenomics yield token. They have that APY rebase. I lost it, but they actually have like they call it a card, but it gives you access to special events, and basically you have free when you purchase it, you don't have the fees, so on the when you purchase yield, their native token on their decks. So there's some options there, but basically this is another positive thing that cross-chain bridge, multi-chain, you can basically go on multi-chain and you can purchase with any of the cryptos that you have. You don't have to convert it and go to Binance Smart Chain from Ethereum. You just plug it in and you say, I want to buy yield with AVAX. I want to buy yield with BNB. I want to buy yield with Phantom. Doesn't matter. Great. It makes things user friendly, and that's where I think crypto needs to go, is make it super simple. If you can't explain something in like a sentence and a half, 2 sentences, then it's just way too complicated. People are going to be scared. People are going to be not confident, especially when they hear things like other stable coins that are not offering 42,000%, but that offered 15, 20, 25%. They went down. So this is important, for building trust. So, this is another obviously very risky play. They all are, but it's something if you get in early. Again, don't risk too much money, but throw in some bucks if you're a gambler and see what happens. Again, I wish they got the KYC. Then I would say I'd recommend this, but without a KYC, it's hard to find the reasoning why they skipped that one part. So that's about it. Hopefully this helped you guys, determine if you guys are going to invest in this or not. By the way, they also have an NFT marketplace, which seems like every protocol out there has an NFT marketplace. But another thing you have to consider is, why would anybody sell their NFTs on their marketplace versus OpenSea? How many people are watching OpenSea, which already has a ton of users, versus these guys' marketplace? So it's very tough. It's the chicken or the egg problem, which is, we can get some NFTs listed on there, but who's going to buy them? Because it's all about volume. Everything's about volume. So they got some information on the launch pad. Again, it's very important. Who do they have lined up? Because they got to get that thing going as soon as this token launches, as soon as their native token launches. That's about it. Again, hopefully this was a short one today. Gave you some confidence. If you guys are going to invest in it, I'd like to hear how it goes. Give me an update. If you guys are interested in other projects, come on by to defigator.xyz and just check it out. Anything that's graded above a 5 is usually has a KYC, has an audit, and has some has enough homework done that you could actually think, okay, they're probably not going to rug. They're probably they've put in too much work to just steal the funds. It could happen at any time, but there's way less chance. So check out our projects that we have found there and evaluated, and let us know which ones you're going to invest in, which ones you're going to throw some bucks at. All right, we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.